Hello and welcome to the Vlogging Pod. Tonight we have steamy witch romance author Luna Joya. Welcome, Luna, to the room. Let me start my timer before I forget that, because I will obviously always forget it. We do 20 minutes, so it'll go pretty quick. Sometimes it leaves you lacking for more. And if we go over a little bit, it's okay as well. Tonight, I'd like everybody to know that you might notice a difference in my voice. And that is because I've updated my software to match the audibles that I do. So this is my first podcast with Luna, with my voice sounding the way I'm hoping it always sounds when you speak to me. So, yay! Anyways, I had to say that. So let's start off tonight, Luna, talking wickedly written legacies. If you don't mind me making some puns on two of your series, the Legacy and the Wicked series. Tell us the start of how Legacy... Tell us how the start of Legacy, the Sisterhood, and how it came about, and how this prequel followed into Magic Touch.
So the series came about because Joya came out first. The Sister and Magic Touch came out first. And then once I had the secondary characters, the Sister, that was it. Everybody wanted their own book.
Nice. So you just kind of let the characters speak to you and bring them out into they just kind of took over and became their own.
They completely take over, sometimes for the good, and sometimes I'm like, no, I have to have my own, I have to write some in a format that readers understand, guys.
I know what you're saying there. Sometimes I'm the only one that gets my own jokes in my own books. So what would you say about magic outside of the obvious? For most of us, magic, is what intrigues us. But what made you decide to write witches and magic?
I think just a connection with the intuitive. I've always enjoyed, I've had a little bit of kitchen witchery while I was growing up, and then I've been into tarot and the mystical, and it just really lent itself to taking a romance and then taking it to another level by adding the fantasy and the magic systems.
Okay. Tell me what kind of research you did as far as looking into magic.
Into Wiccan, and of course use my own knowledge and experience on the magic. And then I'm let's think it through and think in an entire world system at the same time. So I have lots of worlds in my head. It's a big place up there. I wanted to make this more of a mage book where this isn't spells and rituals. It's more of a family inherited magic. But now I'm getting to play with spells in my next series, which is coming out with the Furies. So that's fun.
Oh, okay. Now, you said family inheritance. So it's passed down through the family?
It is passed down. And it only is women who get active blood powers.
Nice.
The men don't have active powers.
Huh. Nice. I actually, I'm skipping ahead here in my notes, so give me a minute, because I actually have a question where I ask about that. If the magic, here it is. Here we go. I'm going to skip ahead just a little bit, but that's all right. Because when you mentioned family inherit, I'm like, hey, I've got that. So as we reference how magic is used, and it's only follows through the bloodline for females, correct?
It is a maternal lineage.
Maternal lineage. Okay, cool. But you have a lot of heat in your books, correct?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I loved when I got called filthy hot.
Filthy hot, huh? So tell me how the males play their role in the books.
So all of them are still alpha males, which means you have to have super strong heroines. So my basically from all walks of life, a lot of ex-military because I'm married to a combat veteran.
Nice.
And then I've got the FBI task force, so they're FBI, and then some of them are more of a bad boy. And then I've got Surfer Sam because I live in LA, so I spend a lot of time at the beach.
Nice. Nice. So when we talk about your writing works, how would you say you have your characters use their magic? I know you said it's inherited, but what kind of format? Is it spells? Do they already have it within them? Is it taught? Is it something that has to be nurtured?
So in the Legacy series, it's actually something that has to be nurtured and that they inherited, but they don't know fully how to use it. So they're learning as they go.
Okay.
Which makes it more fun when you have a fire elemental who sets the room on fire when she kisses someone.
Wow. So when they're learning, do they learn?
That's a hot kiss.
Oh, a hot kiss. Okay, got you. A hot kiss. Yes, yes. So as they're learning, I mean, do they learn within their family unit? Do they, I don't know, go to a witch school? How does that progress?
There's no witch school in the Legacy series. It's a possibility discussed in the Wicked series because, of course, the world just never stops going. And then this is more learned from practice.
Okay.
Which I've done also in the Wicked series, and then in the Furies, it's fun because you get your wings, and if you're a grown-up who's a klutz and you get wings, it doesn't mean you're going to be able to use them well the first time.
Nice. So they get wings, and they're magical as well?
In the Furies system.
Okay.
In the Furies, the How to Date a Fury, and the Sin City Shifters.
Nice.
That's a tongue twister.
It is. So tell us a little bit about those who aren't as familiar with the Legacies. Tell us about how this storyline took place. Tell us a little bit about the Legacies.
Of course, I started with Magic Touch in my head, which was the paranormal FBI task force and how they're investigating murders. Because I write murders, magic, so it's magic, mysteries, and sexy hexy time.
Nice. Nice. Now, is each book...
Every book has a murder mystery.
Oh, okay. So are the characters different in each series, or are we following one particular character?
There are different couples for each book, and of course the couples come back to make cameos and appearances and be side characters in the other books, because there's nothing worse than falling in love with the character and they never come back.
Oh, I know that right there. I do love it when your characters continue on in the series. So as we're talking about the Legacies, tell us a little bit about the Wicked.
The Wicked is a spin-off of the Legacies. The Wicked is a three-part, so it's a trilogy.
Okay.
But each book has a different couple.
Okay.
And the first was Wicked Crown, which is a goblin who doesn't want to be a queen. And she's also a supermodel, because why not?
Right, why not?
And she falls for a witch male.
Wow. Oh, okay. So in Wicked, they don't have, it doesn't stay along the women line. That's only in Legacies.
He's the only one with powers.
Nice.
He got it from a demon, and you meet him in Magic Touch as the villain. And of course, being Wicked, the villains come back and get their own stories. It's a redemption arc.
Nice. A redemption. Now, what made you decide to go in that way with a redemption arc?
I had readers who fell in love with the villains.
Nice. Nice. Would you say you fall in love with them as well?
Of course.
So, is there a cost to magic? Or does the heat created between your characters cost their hearts instead?
Both.
Both?
So the legacies are actually part of a magic system that is the Senate system, where they've inherited these huge powers that come attached to an authority.
Mm-hmm.
And when they use their magic, they all have a cost. So Magic Touch Delia is an air witch, and every time she uses it, she gets so tired and it wipes her out.
Okay.
And then you've got another one who is Ruby, who is your Earth Witch, who is everyone's favorite single mom with a baby witch. And she loses her temper, and that is never a good thing when you can cause earthquakes.
Oh, crap. Yeah. Cool.
So you're right. It all comes down to heart. And I punish them so badly because I get teased for being a thriller roller coaster rider. So bad things happen to them.
Similarly with just the heart and also with their magic, would you say?
Of course. Why not?
So, as we talk about the heat of your characters, how would you describe the connections made in your series? I know you say that you like them to continue on into the book, but how would you picture the characters they made? I mean, is it just the heat, or is it a lasting love that dives through time, or is it just one of those one-night stand kicks?
It's never a one-night stand. It's always happily ever after. And
Nice.
you actually get to see the couples stay together throughout the evolving series. So in the prequel, you meet Sam and Cammy, and in book 5, you get their wedding.
Nice.
They're not the stars of book 5, but they're still there, and they get their wedding.
Nice. So what kind of reviews do you think you get from your characters lasting throughout the book? So people seem to really pull for those?
They do. They really seem to like having the characters come back, and that they are meant to be forever. And you want to write the story where you're the one that's the only one.
Right.
The only one that could ever match with that person.
Right. I kind of understand that. I've always told my husband that even if I die, he better get in that casket with me. So it's just a little Halloween humor of my own.
See, mine waited for me to die and come back.
Oh, nice. Nice. I remember.
And I died and came back, and he waited for me to come back, and then we dated, and we're the happily ever after.
Right. That's right. You did have a traumatic brain injury, correct?
I did. I was rear-ended on the back of a motorcycle at a red light. I cracked my skull and died. Came back a couple of times.
Wow.
And then met my husband when I got out of my wheelchair.
Wow. Wow. That's the first time that you met?
First time we met. I wouldn't meet him before I was independent and able to move on my own. And even though my disability has come back and it's never going to go away, at least when we were together, we always knew that I came back and that we were meant to be.
Yes. That's incredible. That is incredible. Would you say that kind of romance, that kind of heat, that kind of chemistry that you were created, is that something you aspire to reach in each one of your books?
Of course.
Nice.
You want something that makes a lasting moment in the readers, that the memory that this will be the feel good. This is going to be a couple that lasts forever, that they've gone through the worst and that they've come out the other side and that they would never split up.
Right. Well, I've reached my 30-year mark with my husband, so
Congrats.
well, thank you. It feels like many lifetimes in one, but then it also feels like just yesterday. It doesn't really feel as
Mine too.
right, because it doesn't seem like the time of passage. When I look in the mirror, I mean, if I look real hard, I'm like, yeah, there's a lot more lines, but I don't know. I don't seem to focus on that. It just seems like yesterday when everything happened, to be honest with you.
Exactly.
So for my last question of the evening, in connection to heated relationships, how would you describe your melting page levels?
They are, well, filthy hot. The greatest thing I got. I got wickedly delightful, delightfully devious. I get the 5 flame reviews, and those make me so happy when readers are like, this was hot, and it was substance, and we just loved it.
Nice.
And I cost them a night or 2 of sleep.
I can understand that completely. I was going to make that my last question, but I am curious, when you talk about your readers, how much of a connection do you have, and how much do they inspire you in your books?
My readers are amazing. Either through Facebook or newsletter, they reach out, they let me know what they love, they let me know what makes a connection, what they feel passionately about, and they've completely inspired books.
Nice. I love that. Many thanks to you, Luna, for coming in tonight and talking with us. Your books are delightfully heated and delightfully wicked and delightfully magical. I want to thank you so much for being with us tonight. And also I want to thank our listeners. As always, you guys make the show every day. Thank you again. Have a good evening. Go ahead,
Thank
Luna.
you for having me.
Well, it was a pleasure. Thank you again, everyone. Until next time. Bye-bye for now.